um, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. You know it. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. You know it. Crazy and you know it. Sexy and you know. Okay, got a new episode of the Bobcast. I'm supposed to play it to see where we at. I'm gonna play this one. This one's called. What's the name of this one? Oh, it's a long one. Catherine Holoco. Holis. I don't know. About the future. About the future. Combining happiness for families, growing more food and other nutrients for the animals and healthier without chemicals, not destroying the world. On the name of God, I love you. Behave, be nice, sporty, champion. I'm not a big bloke, I'm not a little bloke. Okay, Hector, calm down, please.
Speak for themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with the effect. It's amazing that we can all heal ourselves with our mind alone, and we can.
Yeah.
But why not make life easier for yourself? You know? Yeah. So absolutely believe that if people can't afford products, there's so much you can do on an individual basis. But what I love about what a lot of us have been discovering over the last few years is people really want to support ethical companies that are making the world a better place. Yeah. And there's loads of them out there, but there's loads of charlatans too. I am a complete nightmare when I start working with a company because basically, and I'm an associate, an affiliate of them, so I recommend their products and I do get commission. Yeah. But I'm really proud to get commission because I invest a huge amount of my time and my energy researching the products, looking at real feedback. I don't believe what someone tells me. I have to research it for myself. But this company are really amazing. There's a couple that I work with that are both off the scale. The Roots and also the ASEA products are absolutely off the scale good as well. And what differentiates these companies, Hannah, is the amount of time they spend sharing information. So anyone who uses their products is so well educated. There's so much free education for anyone that gets involved if they want it. If you don't want it, you don't have to. It's a choice. But I think it's really the way forward where if you're investing your time in things, then you get part of the reward. So it's a win-win situation. If you buy something for a shop, and there's nothing wrong with buying something for shops, but most commercial chains, their staff have to push the products that make the most profit, not the ones that are necessarily the best. They get very little training. I'm not talking about your own little person that owns their own shop and is really
like a mom and pop shop, the big chains.
Because those people will be very invested in what they sell. They'll understand their products. They'll be giving advice as part of it. I'm talking about the big chains that a lot of us use. Their staff are basically forced to sell the products with the highest profit margin. So that doesn't mean that when they're giving you advice that they're giving you one, that they're trained, or that they're actually recommending the ones that work. They get told which ones they need to push. So what I love is this clean slate. I know you were particularly, and this is the one that I always recommend everyone starts with, because it doesn't matter how much good stuff you pump into your body. If it's full of toxicity, the good stuff will not be absorbed. So what you need to do is wipe the slate clean. It's a bit like when you're making any change in your life, wipe it clean, and then you've got a fresh starting point. And the way I like to explain it to people is, imagine you've got two buckets of water. You've got a dirty bucket, a bucket full of dirty water, and a bucket full of beautiful spring water. If I get a sponge, a dry sponge, I squeeze it, put it into the bucket of dirty water and open it up, it becomes saturated with the dirty water. If I then pick up that saturated sponge and put it in the clean water, it can't take on board the clean water because the sponge or the cells of our body are already saturated with the toxins or the dirty stuff. So what we want to do is we want to get out that dirty stuff on a safe, ongoing basis, so that anything else you're putting in, nutrition-wise, herbal-wise, energy-wise, spiritual-wise, your body can absorb. It's just phenomenal. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And I think it's It's one of those products that is just absolutely amazing. And I've been using it now for quite a long while on all species. And I said the beauty is with the animals that it, if you really love a company and you've got the placebo effect, you can think it's having an effect when it might just be mind over matter, which is brilliant. But with animals, they're not thinking, oh, mum's giving me Roots clean slate. They either improve or they don't. So, and they do.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because I've got one dog, my dog Katie, and 2 cats. And my dad and I were just talking about this the other day. I'm like, if they've been putting all this bad stuff into our vaccines for us, into food, into water, into drinks and stuff. And I'm like, I'm sure they've been, of course, doing it, to our animals, not just with the stuff in the environment, but I'm like, because animals get, vaccines and stuff. And then you have to wonder what's some of the bad stuff in that and stuff. And so I've been doing a lot of research on this recently because my dog Katie, she's 11, she's a border collie. Just because I'm like, I want my babies to live as long as they can in the best life. Just, as we should want to live the long and best life we can, but also for like our fur babies and real human babies. But I don't have any kids. So I'm like, my fur babies are my babies right now.
It's so important, Hannah. And the thing is, any animal under our care is completely reliant on the humans to make the decisions. So you decide what they eat, what vaccinations they have, where they're walked, what access to water they've got, what they have put on their things. Don't even get me started on the chemical wormers and flea treatments and tick treatments. They're horrendous. So this is a big part of what I do, is advise people on safe alternatives. And on my YouTube channel, you'll find a whole playlist on animals, which has got a lot of videos by the Vibrant Animal Team, which is my holistic vet friend and myself. And also I have training courses on how to feed your dogs correctly, your cats training, because it's so important. Because if you're worried about what's in our food, try looking at what's in your pet food. Isn't it madness that intelligent human beings have been led to believe that feeding a cat or dog dry biscuit kibble, the same meal every day, is healthy? When you ask yourself that, it's laughable, isn't it, that we fall for that? Because you would not eat, if you took your roast dinner and processed it till it turned into a hard brown lump, you wouldn't be fooled by thinking there was still any nutrition left. And then you wouldn't think that if you ate...
Wait a minute, I'm listening to this in my headphones. Anyway, I'm sorry. Oops, sorry. Don't ever, whatever. Anyway, how can they say that bad thing is going into the animals, like eating biscuit, cat food or dog food, or can it be that yucky? Anyway, how is human? Well, are we dying of virus? Why don't they create a pill to kill the virus? One that goes in your stomach, a little pill, and then inside your stomach, it'll be the chip. And if you want to get that chip out, you just shit it out of your bum. Far out, Hector. You're funny. My God, I don't even know what I'm doing. Funny. I'm funny, man. I really think the future should be here. Hugs, please. Let's go for boxing, gentle exercise. I love you too.
All got a rich array of natural vitamins and minerals and a beautiful combination. So if you have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I've got chamomile down here. And chamomile is, again, an amazing nerve tonic. Smells amazing, really good for the digestive system.
I'm guessing it's better to grow your own rather than probably getting it from the stores. Right.
Yeah, you can grow your
when you
own.
can, if that's the only option, but it's like it's the best to do it yourself if you can, but it's like it's still okay.
Not, then buy you, but you can buy them too. So for my horses, I buy great big sacks, 25 kilo sacks of the dried herb, because I couldn't physically grow enough of
grow all that
for the horses. But for humans, you'll find dried herbs goes a long way. So not only does it turn your garden or
I think we're not all scientists and big tough, big macho, whatever. We're not really like that. We're not. Someone could come out, or you have to defend yourself and run away. You'll be Speedy Gonzales, mate. Anyway, throw your coins to the criminal's face. put your jumper around your hand so you don't get stabbed. My God, Hector, I love you too. I am insane.
And just continue learning, because I mean, as humans, we're supposed to continually educate ourselves. It's like we don't just go through school and then college, which is a racket, but that's another topic. But it's like we don't just go through education and just stop learning. It's like we're supposed to continue learning, and it's good for our brains to continue learning, because if you stop using it, parts of your brain are like, you need to keep using all of it. So it's like we need to continue learning. So like I said, with this holistic like health and just so many aspects of it, I was going to ask, is CBD oil, do you recommend that? Is that another good thing?
I love CBD oil, but like anything, you have to do your research, because there's some really good companies out there and there's some really dodgy companies.
Gotcha.
So where do you start?
Okay. I'm going to look, I've got the headphones in my head. I'm not going to say one more. Hector. What it is I've tried different chemicals like vitamins and other that you put on the water and dissolves into a milk kind of a thing. And I've tried this and baby powder. I've tried multivitamin, vitamin C, vitamin D. I've done some exercise. I nearly died one day. Because I fainted and I couldn't have me energy. I was playing bloody frog on the throat, mate. I had a faint and I fell to the ground when I was playing basketball for an hour, and I kept playing, going out for a smoke with the others who were there smoking, and I kept doing that, playing, and I drank heaps of water. Suddenly, I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up for about 2 minutes, and when I got up, I was going, after an hour, like I was gonna die or something, but I wasn't. It wasn't, my heart wasn't doing it. It was like my throat or something. I couldn't breathe in and out or something. And it also happened another time when I was going out with blokes to a pub, right? We were dancing all night and we were drinking heavily. The students came, some started pushing me. Bloody, there was a bit of a scuffle, and I went around over here, and then after about 8 minutes, and I started again with a scuffle and pushy, and the bartender came and pushy, and then suddenly this one bloke came, and all I did is put my hands up. I don't know what he was trying to do. Me mate or me friend jumped, no, and it's like, and I'm doing that again, all scared. And my mate's going, what's wrong with you? You got to protect yourself, Hector. This is not a fucking old school now, Hector. You have knowledge to fight or something? You're pussy, Hector. You're pussy, mate. I'm gonna need fresh air. And the bartender said, have some water. And whatever he was, some European man, very tall man, right? And they were talking to the other. Everything was cooled down. So we left. Anyway, I don't know. I seem to get a bit nervous and scared or some crap or bloody. My God. Hector, you're unfit sometimes, mate. And you're silly, Hector. What are you doing? Anyway.
But like anything, you have to do your research, because there's some really good companies out there and there's some really dodgy companies.
Gotcha.
So where do you start for something like that? When you're looking for something like CBD, as soon as something gets popular, you get a lot of people jump on the bandwagon. And what you're really looking at is the company should have full traceability from where it's grown. They should be able to tell you how it's processed. They should be delighted about you asking questions. You know if a company is really genuine, because when you start asking questions about their products, they're really enthusiastic and can't wait. There's nothing to hide, because with any natural substance, you've got to look at the original quality, but you've also got to look at how it's processed, because you can kill off a lot of nutrients in the processing process. So, things like that are really, really important. So, for example, a lot of natural products and things are extracted using...
Idiots. All right, last time I'm taking the microphone out to tell you something stupid. You're supposed to have nice breakfast, right, with fruit and things. Not too much fat or anything, but you can have some fat on your breakfast. A bit of fruit, sandwich, a lot of water, a coffee or something. Lunch, a sandwich, a fruit and a vegetable. Dinner, a full steak, vegetables, and a dessert and an apple or something. Eat healthy. You know what I mean? I don't. Okay. You're gonna kill me. Right? It's insane. Anyway.
Very harsh chemicals. So yes, you could Google or DuckDuckGo the medicinal properties of it, but by the time it gets to you, it's infused with loads of harmful chemicals. So this is why really doing your research, and if you don't know how to, go to people that you trust to help you know what questions to ask, because that not all the products are the same. So CBD is amazing. Why? Because we've all got cannabinoid receptors in our body that are now not being filled, because it's a natural thing that should have been in all our green leafy vegetables that they deliberately took out to make us deficient and affect our physical health and our mental.
Now it's even easier to...
Really, Hector. Okay. There is chemicals in our bodies that can be transformed and open up to have the third eye and do gentle exercise to get the third eye. The Bible is a very important thing. I've been fighting for the Bible a lot, praying to God, and heaps to pray to God, be with God and all that. Also like nature, also like other things, also like reading, also like walking, also like if someone was playing, I would join in to play cricket for when I do my activities with my bus that I go to. I do picnics and things, and they take me to do creative writing. I'm not very good. I'm very lazy. Guitar, I'm lazy at the guitar, lazy at the drums, computer games for a little while. Smoking, I smoke cigarettes. It's not good, but I do. So a lot of chemicals imbalance, opening your mind and doing interesting things. Like I do drink energy drink once in the blue moon, or I take a vitamin pill, or I go for a long walk, or meditate, or mind power. If the person wanted you to, can you climb that tree? Can you put on this nice clothes? Can you do this? Can you come with me? Save some money and we'll see you there, right? Well, you bring that money and we'll go for a restaurant, for a walk over here, take photos, and we'll have a moonlight shine, music and everything. It all happen, Hector. We'll be right there, right, mate? I said, where? How? What? There's a bar there, Hector. It's a big one near the side. It's past this McDonald's, and then up here, see? And they play music. It's like open doors, but that's the windows. So when the windows are shut and the big doors are shut, you can't see that bar, Hector. But anyway, we can go a night out beautifully. Flowers if you want. Anyway, I'm not a bad, but anyway, I don't know what I'm saying, but there's chemicals that if you smile, they smile. You with good people, and other people are good. I'm different everywhere I go. You know that. You wouldn't find spun out. You know what I mean? If you nice to me, I'll be super looking after you, fucker. Anyway, I'm funny. Oh, this one. I don't know about this one. Something alien philosopher stone, comparative theory and optic culture coming. Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me, please. Oh, Hector.
Version of how they were going to shoot out the school. Real dark stuff. Anyway, the game Doom, it was ported out to various different systems because of its popularity, including the Super Nintendo. And this is where the March 15th idea comes into play. The manual for the Super Nintendo version says that the game...
Heard this. Not saying this, not saying that. There was a person who was very rich, big house. Must be windy outside. Very rich, big house. Conspiracy theory that the person went to a hotel, play games there too. Everywhere was playing games, and the AI and the Satan and the devil and the bad thing was in it, and didn't know about it. So maybe playing gun games, the shooting up games, good for some, good for not for everybody. A sport game, I like sport games, PS5 game, but not too hard to play, simple, easy-going games, adventure, lovable things, and incredible. Oh my God, how long did I spend here, man? I'm see, my God, Karate Kid.
Including the Super Nintendo. And this is where the March 15th idea comes into play. The manual for the Super Nintendo version says that the game does in fact take place March 15th, 2022. And if you look it up, if you do an image search, you can find it. It says, I'll read it to you. This publication supersedes Doom Manual, blah, 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 dated 1 July 2021. Changed 15 March 2022, which should be removed from the files and destroyed. So yes, in fact, March 15, 2022 plays a role, and as does July 1st, 2021. Now, what I found curious, because I thought, man, what happened July 1st, 2021? June 27th, 2021, just a couple days before July 1st.
So another thing, silly, if you're smart, you know the computers are going faster and clever, 100 miles a click an hour, man. Computers are going really, really smart. We're having new technology, PS5. Some games I'm not getting updated because the AI hasn't updated it yet, but it will get updated for some games. In some won't get normal update because that's just how the game is. And some have extra things like you can buy guns, you can buy this. It depends on how you play the game, where you play it, who you're playing it with. Even anime movies, cartoon movies, violent movies, anything. It's all going very, very fast. I don't know why they haven't got spaceships, UFOs or something. But anyway.
Was when the Pentagon's UFO disclosure report had dropped. Not quite the same day, but really close to it. So a lot of weird ideas here. And the strangeness is that the portal in the game opens up March 15th, 2022. So did a demonic portal open up that day? I guess we have to wait and see, unfortunately. Because who knows what CERN's up to. A lot of weird stuff going on. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. People don't always realize that physical symptoms like headaches, teeth grinding, even digestive issues can be indicators of stress. And let's not forget about doom scrolling, sleeping too little, sleeping too much, undereating and overeating. Stress shows up in all kinds of ways. And in a world that's telling you to do more, sleep less, and grind all the time, here's your reminder to take care of yourself. Do less and maybe try some therapy. We all have stress every single day. What are your sources of stress? Mine are the dreaded day job, paying the bills. Sometimes it's...
My stress levels are getting angry very quickly. When the lady says, mate, what do you think you're doing? Madam, I could tell you want my number. You're so pretty. Mate, I've never met you before, right? Sorry, bye. Sayonara. Adios, amigos. See, if the lady's pretty and you want to walk up to her, you better be prepared to look eye to eye and make her smile and impersonate good shit and say good shit. Be interesting. Good manners, please. Sporty family.
Something as innocuous as figuring out what to eat for dinner.
And
maybe
not be fucking off. Don't start swearing and getting to punch up idiot Hector. Calm down.
I got a bad score on the CrossFit WOD, all those things. Stressful, right? And what I've learned in many, many years of therapy is this. It's your perspective on it that matters. Because all of this is normal. You're never going to get rid of stress. It's just not the way it is. And what matters is how we manage the stress. And sometimes the best way to manage it is by bouncing it off of a therapist. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even show notes as always.
Now it's even...
Sorry, there's a lot going on here.
Oh, doesn't sound or look like a lot going on. But
Philosopher Stone. And shout out to my man Ryan Bledsoe out there. For format, drops some pretty wild ideas.
Does it lie in the spiritual world?
But you can do things like get an app and you can meditate, and the app will say 20 minutes later you were shaking, you were doing this was happening, the blood was up. So you were meditating with the app, man. You understand? You're doing gentle exercise. But if you didn't do that for, say, 3 weeks, and then you did it so and often, you did exercise so and often, it's a bit ridiculous, heck. I'm silly. So if I do exercise, say, every 6 days, every 2 weeks, is that a bad thing? Or when they come, oh, we'll come and pick you up tomorrow, Hector, but the next time will be in 1 more week. So once a week, get the exercise. Once a week, eat a lot of food. Once a week, go to the building to do the creating things, computer games, creative writing, guitar, talk to all different people, even a Latin American lady, European people, talk all about university life and whatever. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying, but insane in a man brain.
That we're looking for, this fourth element, if you will,
They do open a portal, and the Satan or war in Ukraine, yeah, right, we'll fuck it up. Not open portal for the devil, is it? Open portal for the devil now, are we? Witchcraft, medieval.
Of matter, and does it lie in the spiritual world? I mean, I've been privy to some pretty extraordinary things. I don't talk about them publicly, but I tend to be a fairly rational-minded guy. I went to school and studied science and have degrees in that field and believe in the scientific method and process. But there are other elements out there that science can't explain yet. And I think it's okay. And I think we should be wary of just poo-pooing it and be like, nah, that doesn't exist. Well, okay, but there was a time that people didn't know electricity existed, right? You saw lightning in the sky. Ooh, the gods are angry. You had no idea that it was electrons moving from cloud to cloud. Now, of course, we kind of laugh about it, but that was, for a lot of people, that was real. Man, that was the gods are angry. I don't know about anything called electricity, but I know that the gods mad. So we're always learning. We're on this journey of teaching each other and learning from each other, hopefully, and not trying to stifle each other's thoughts and dreams and hopes.
So Lou says a lot there. All right, he says that he's talking about holographic and string theory, how they're all connected, but more importantly, he gives an example. Right? He's drawing. He says, "Look, the square is the human body, with a circle inside, trapped almost, and that's the mind, right? And that's exactly how it works. The mind is encased and trapped in dead matter of the skull, which is where the skull symbolism comes up in Freemasonry and all these other secret societies. The mind has no way of knowing what's happening in this world. In reality, it relies upon the senses and neural networks interfacing to tell it what's going on. And all it wants to do is protect itself and protect the human body. It's sort of assigned to the human body to protect it. But imagine trying to protect something and you don't know what's happening. It's like on Survivor when they got the team out there, and they're all blindfolded, and they got the one person trying to like sort of scream and tell them where to go, which way to turn, and inevitably some guy gets smashed in the balls, you know. It's kind of like that, which is a really weird way of making things operate, right? So he's talking about the square and then the circle within that square. And then surrounding both of those things is a triangle. And he refers to it, he says the soul or the id or the chi or the spirit. And it's kind of part of the body, but it's more about consciousness and it's more about the essence of what a person is. He calls it the great mystery of the universe. And he says this could be how remote viewing and paranormal activity work. How this hidden kingdom manifests and how we're all connected. And this, of course, ties into perennial philosophy and a lot of various ideas. Indra's net from Buddhism, where we're all points of consciousness in a net, you know, all connected. And he's kind of like, I don't want to get too esoteric, and he stops the conversation there, which I find very curious. Now, I think these guys from the UFO Garage, I think they hit they struck on the nerve of what this is all about. And they are not ready to drop that level of knowledge upon us yet. But Lou, he's talking about how our consciousness, our spirit, it's more than just the mind, it's more than just the body. We know this, right? It's the consciousness.
If we follow if we pray to God, if we follow the chakra, if we follow the ingredients, if we follow something so strong with the word God in it, if we do something that is whatever, be logical, recipe, mixing part of this, part of that from the Bible, writing it down, and praying it forever. Will it UFOs, alien God or something? Anyway, I don't mind Alemania. Alemania is a German country. When I was in my country, Chile, the army had Alemania helmets, German helmets. The army bought a lot of things from Germany in the early 19th century, and the Europeans come to Chile and Australia. Here is English, a lot of Scottish, Irish, a lot of celebration. But is our mind with God? Can we create a recipe to open our body up, to go to another dimension? Oh, my God. Marry me, please.
Lou, he's talking about how our consciousness, our spirit, it's more than just the mind, it's more than just the body. We know this, right? It's the consciousness that we're all connected through, and it's how the aliens connect us through human consciousness. And what I believe he's referring to is this alchemical idea, because he draws the Philosopher's Stone. That's what the circle inside the square, inside the triangle is. Again, with the sacred geometry stuff, right? What I believe he's referring to is this alchemical idea that man is a bit polluted with various earth things. And this comes from Kabbalah, where our spiritual essence, our perfected spiritual essence, descends through all these different planes of existence and becomes a bit imperfect on the way down. And the whole idea of Kabbalah is to traverse back up the tree of life and become perfected again. And that's kind of what the idea of alchemy is. The goal is to distillate, to remove all the pollutants and strip one back down to their essence of the consciousness or the spirit. That's the triangle in this Philosopher's Stone. And the whole point of doing that is so that one can make contact with the divine again. One can become one with the divine to reach this perfected state. In Theosophy, Helena Blavatsky called them the ascended masters. It's a state of transfiguration which is ironically something you hear in Harry Potter, because you'll notice the Philosopher's Stone looks just like the Deathly Hallows symbol in Harry Potter. Now, he's also referenced, and we're going to go into that in a second here, but he's also referencing the Stargate Project again with the Stargate Project. And that, of course, was the Army project depicted in The Men Who Stare at Goats, where they were studying the paranormal. It started in the 70s as a bunch of different little mini projects. Then in 94, they consolidated, or 91, they consolidated it into the Project Stargate. And then they declassified it in 95 because they said, oh, well, it wasn't useful to us anyway. It's like, you were studying it for like 20 years. It must have had some kind of utility. Anyway, the Philosopher's Stone. Lou draws the Philosopher's Stone and he shows it to us. And I'm arguing that this is very similar to Harry Potter's Deathly Hallows symbol. And the first Harry Potter book was actually called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, originally. But in the U.S., they changed it to the Sorcerer's Stone. Why? I don't know. If you're a Harry Potter nerd, you probably know. I do not. But Deathly Hallows, the story of Deathly Hallows, and I did, what did I do, 2-3 shows on Harry Potter back in 2017, 2018. Also in my book, Conspiracy Theories and Unpopular Culture, the book, if you want to get it on Audible or Amazon or Gumroad. We talk a lot about Harry Potter. Because Deathly Hallows is based on folklore similar to Freemasonry. And if you recall, J.K. Rowling, in fact, said that her symbol for the Deathly Hallows was inspired by Freemasonry that came to her in a vision, in a dream. And that Deathly Hallows symbol was about 3 brothers using 3 items to escape death, one of which was an invisibility cloak, which ties us into the FOIA dump. That's what they said. They said they had researched invisibility cloaks. So you had the invisibility cloak, the Elder Wand, and the Philosopher's Stone. And the depiction is very similar to what Lou Elizondo draws as the Philosopher's Stone. Not quite the same, very similar though. It's a blend of the compass and square Freemasonry with the Philosopher's Stone. That's what the Deathly Hallows symbol is. And Harry Potter, ironically, has to go underground beneath Hogwarts to find it. Like any good initiate going underground, simulating death. Man must face death, ego death, to become an initiate. To give up the old way of thinking, the view of reality and the world in which they knew must go. It must pass. So they can be reborn into the occult doctrine. That's what little Harry goes through. Now, if you look at the actual Philosopher's Stone symbol that Lou drew, it's the great work of alchemy. It's also the great work of speculative Freemasonry. And allegedly, Nicholas and Pernell Flamel were able to achieve this. And in the story, Nicholas Flamel reaches 665 years of age in the Harry Potter story, which is curious, right? Because Manly P. Hall, remember what number he said associated to the state of perfected man? It was 666, right? Now, Isaac Newton and today's elites, I would argue, the scientific technocracy, the nerds that are going to kill us, they believe that the secrets of this esoteric wisdom are not meant for the masses because we're just a bunch of dumb sheeple mouth breathers. And doesn't that make sense? I agree with that. I think that I don't agree with it. I think that the elites think that. They think, you know what? I've been gifted all these blessings from God. God must love me. And there's a reason poor people are poor. It's because they deserve it. They're not evolved enough to figure this out. So that's their mentality. They're okay with it. Isaac Newton. I'm going to quote you Isaac Newton. He said this about the Philosopher's Stone. And when he says occult, he's talking about the hidden attributes, okay? It's occult. He's talking about the Philosopher's Stone. He says, it's occult may be made manifest only to men elected by God. So you want to know why there's a technocracy? You want to know why there's a great reset? You want to know why they want to track you on a blockchain and limit your usage of any natural resource, it's because you don't deserve it. You're too stupid. That's what they talk about at Bohemian Grove and all this stuff. And it kills me because people get so buried in politics, and it's like, bro, they're all attending these same meetings. I don't care which wing of the bird you choose. You got to know that they have this underlying belief about us. Now, what's curious, and that's not a sponsorship of full-on anarchist ideas. Like you still gotta pave roads and stuff. But there's no savior. That's all I'm trying to say is, like, don't look for any of these politicians to save you, and know that this whole time, if you it's good to follow the news, right? It's good in some sense, but you got to also understand that if it gets you in a state of negativity, you got to unplug. That's what they're there. They're trying to get you outraged, which is why I don't go into geopolitics, because when it's almost like when you get into geopolitics, you're almost obsessing over what these people are saying and doing. And to me, that's not the state I want to exist in. And I'm not saying you shouldn't follow, like, go for it. I don't care. I can't. If I get into that stuff too deep, I start getting all riled up. And then for what? You just want to be upset all day? Why? Why live like that? I'd rather live in ignorance about some of those things if that means I'm having a positive day. And I can be a source of light for other people. Because that's what it's all about, right? That's what this human experience is about. Leaving behind, a source of light and love and laughing. Just like the the stuff Karens put on their kitchen wall, right? Live, laugh, and love. Now, what's curious, all these ideas of the Philosopher's Stone, guess where they came from? They came from the aliens, yes. The alien Hermes Trismegistus. Back in ancient Egypt, he dropped the emerald tablets on that ass. And the emerald tablets had the secrets to alchemy and man reaching this perfected state. He had these hermetic laws, and these hermetic laws were intended to help man balance himself to the cosmos. And these occultists, they follow these principles. Like, as above, so below. It's a hermetic axiom. Came from Hermes. And in fact, the full statement is that which is below corresponds to that which is above, and that which is above corresponds to that which is below. That's why they call it the law of correspondence. But it keeps going. It says, to accomplish the miracles of the one thing. What's the one thing? It's a reference to the Philosopher's Stone. So we've come full circle. The Philosopher's Stone is the one thing. It ties into the system of understanding the nature of reality given to us from the pagan occult god Hermes Trismegistus. And this was in ancient Egypt. And of course, all these ideas persisted underground through the secret societies. So there you go. Lou Elizondo just performed a bit of UFO disclosure as it relates to occultism. The occult alien disclosure is coming. And that was, to me, one of the big moments right there. So we talked about Doom. We talked about the Pentagon FOIA dump, about how the UFOs are not pulling out. I don't know. They're knocking up chicks. They're causing brain damage. Sounds like a threat to me. And that's where, that not for today's show, but that's another idea that we've got to start wrapping our minds around. It seems that they want to make us believe these things are threats. Is that true? Or are aliens a way of us ascending to higher planes of dimensions, to higher frequencies? Are they further evolved entities? That's what the occultists would believe. Man cannot evolve without the aliens. That's what Aleister Crowley was talking about. Which one's true? I don't know. To me, I feel like aliens could be demonic or angelic. I don't know. So how do you trust such a thing? But then I also question when the Pentagon says, look, we got to make these We got to neutralize these threats. We got to make some mega space weapons and put teleportation devices to Mars and fight the aliens. I also think I don't know about that either. Strange times we live in, indeed. And in the next few years, things are going to get even weirder, guaranteed, as we see the metaverse heating up. All the entertainment showing us metaverse, multiverse stuff. You noticed that, right? It's because the digital matrix is coming. So that's all we've got for today. I thank you for listening to the show. And like I said, if you want more discussions, I'm doing...
Wow. wow. Look, it's gone for 45 minutes. Sound like it's raining outside. Anyway, I've gone for a long time. I'm wasting my time. There's one more episode to go. I hope I can put in at least another 9 more minutes or something. Oh my god. What I'm going to say is, if we open a third dimension and another dimension, one dimension, medieval, other gods that were around, like the Greek god, Irish god, maybe South American empires, other things that ayahuasca, flower, spiritual, rhyming, tripping balls, going to another dimension, meditating to the max, other things that can elevate us. Okay. Gotta go to the next one. Wait, I have to put this on. God will change the champion. We are champions.
Hi, this is Lori. I'll tell you something. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's really the easiest way to make a pod. People that you want to kind of run away from, and you have your guard up around them, but you don't realize that in some cases too, they may have had an awakening or a moment of, or something tragic happened in your life, and they became.
Right. This is the lady that with Donna Excraber and Laurie. Okay, they imagine the other things might imagine to you with the imagination, mindfulness into your spirit, your body. You done something great, and you need to do more of that. Whatever is good, do the good. Whatever is in between, do in between, but try not to get the bad thing into you. Be nice. Go for it. Be a champion. Slap Hector in the head. I love you too.
Better people than what they were. I think of people I went to school with at St. Patrick's School. Man, there were some pretty tough people there, tough kids, and and now one of them is actually she and I share the same values. I mean, she's all about love and kindness and goodness and whatnot. So people, I guess people can change and come around and that, but sometimes I think it takes something to happen, something, there's got to be a catalyst, to create change that you want. And I guess the big thing is knowing that you're not in control, and that, I guess the other thing is, sometimes you have to let people help you. I think a lot of times people tend to want to do things themselves, when actuality is that you could use the help and they want to help. So, it's a matter of that whole letting go, instead of like trying to hold on tightly. because I think everything that we really have in this world, some cases it comes across as an illusion. I mean, what we have today is going to be completely different from what we have tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm staring at now is completely different than where I was a few years ago. So, better yet different.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it a little bit. I gotta put the headphones back on. Hurry up! I got much time. I've got this stone right in front of me. It's called the Wish Stone Collection. Rose quartz stone of love, peace, and calm. Inspire imagination and the written world. The classic stone of love will open your heart to trust in romance and fresh your mind from doubt. It's a little stone. It's purple on a black bright thing to go around your neck. Little stone. Okay, and this other one, it's a bigger stone. It's a yellow one. That one's pinky. This one's yellow one. No more orangey color, more yellow, I suppose. Yeah, and it's Wish Stone Collection, honey jade stone of happiness, joy, and happiness. Creator, serenity, and what's the last word? Tranquility, joy, happiness, creators, serenity, and tranquility. Then at the back, in when cheerful colors of honey jade reflect the joy of inspire a sign of many more happy days to come. That's what I got, the two little rocks. Well, anyway, I'm just going to talk. I'm going to cut it off. Had enough. I think if we do the right thing, like I was saying, when they come to pick me up or whenever they do, because I'm on a holiday now till next Friday, and then next Friday and the week after, I'm back on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays activities, which I get taken out and all this. I do a lot of things, help out if I can with gardening, play a bit of soccer if I can for 40 minutes, play a little basketball, gentle exercise. Well, I have to remind that ourselves as spirit, we are soft and kind and beautiful, confident, fitness, power, street soccer. That's what it was called, street soccer. But anyway, I wasn't doing that to whatever, but we need to combine a recipe to combine our bodies with that power that we need to open our sense of intelligence to go to another dimension like Shraka, Anahuasca, Brazil, Peru, Mexico, Ecuador, Chile, UK, England, Wales, Ireland, Sweden, Japan, India, Pakistan. Many things that are into our love to hate and put into relationship, into our body, to go out and touch the door, put clothes at the end of the bed and dress up, have a nice shower, nice house, nice people. Sometimes my house is messy, but they come and clean it. So not all the time it's messy, but in between it's messy, but they come and clean it and it stays clean for 8 days, and then they come and it's, they don't mind. They do the vacuuming, toilets. I need to do my gardening. I need to walk, do more Punch the Punch MMA fighter. Open our mind to our spiritual culture, which there should be a book somewhere in Google, somewhere we can find Google Play out there. Meditate to another dimension. You just cannot be praying to God all the time, because if God already are praying to us up in heaven, or we're reading too much of this Bible, or we're not doing fishing, nature, helping and flying up in the sky, magic powers or something, heroes, we're champion. My father, my uncles, they went to war. One of my cousins, I think, went to army here in Australia. So I don't know. It's outstanding. I'm different everywhere I go. If I go in a hotel, if I go in a restaurant, if I go into a family reunion, if I go to a baby shower, if I go to a university posh party or sexy and you know it place, or cowboys and Indians or rodeo or people riding bulls. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it. Yo soy chileno, I'm Chilean, and hopefully many things will happen that we look into it, how to get magic into our body. Meditating, I think, gentle exercise, yoga. I did gentle exercise, a few push-ups, 1 or 2 sit-ups, here and there. Anyway, I'm trying, I'm getting different, being wild and all fucking, even the Pope, even the Israel, even the Bible, even, I don't know much about anything, I don't know, but I'm combining, debating, putting it into the wife, Hector. Okay, 56 minutes, my God, I better cut it, be nice. The future of extraterrestrials, yes, there's some parts of spaceships up in the moon, there's things in the moon like trees and water. In other parts where the extraterrestrial spaceship has passed by, and many stars shine, and inside of the stars all around there's another universe, planets and other things that we haven't seen. We're sitting here, we don't know much. Something different. Give us power. Extraterrestrial, God, extraterrestrial, sporty champion. Family, view, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anything neutral. Combine God, Bible, human, outer space, intergalactic, iti, mati, kata, yao, ampo, echika, inomane, mao, waeo, para pam pam pam. Yo soy chileno. I love you 2, 3, 4. Ha ha ho ho eo 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 ah. Eo 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 ah eo oh. I love you, sport. Okay, I'm going. Hopefully we open our mind into another level, which is dimension number 6, 7. If they are going to put the mark of the beast or whoever it is and where we at, I love you 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Hector Intermix, YouTube. Where will I put this anyway? I feel embarrassed. I'm sorry. Oopala. Wanna fight. Who? God. Another dimension. God. Open portal. God. Let's go. God. Give us power. Okay, subscribe. Oops, sorry. Hector. Don't be scared of Hector. Love you. 16, you know it.